Deep in the heart of the whispering woods, where the tall trees danced and the rivers sang, lived a kind-hearted rabbit, so gentle and sweet, she'd help anyone with a leap. Oh, Rosie the rabbit, so gentle and bright, spreading joy with pure delight. With a smile so warm and a heart so true, the forest friends all cherish you. One sunny day in the forest deep, she met a stranger, hungry and weak. She gave him food, a place to stay, and helped him smile along the way. Oh, Rosie the rabbit, so gentle and bright, spreading joy with pure delight. With a smile so warm and a heart so true, the forest friends all cherish you.
Rosie's guest. Deep in the heart of the whispering woods, where the trees danced with the wind and the rivers sang sweet melodies, lived a kind rabbit named Rosie. Rosie was known throughout the forest for her gentle heart and helpful nature. Whether it was sharing her food, nursing an injured bird, or giving shelter to a lost squirrel, she was always ready to help. One sunny morning, Rosie was hopping near the edge of the woods when she noticed a sad-looking fox curled up near a tree. His fur was messy, his eyes were dull, and he looked weak. Being kind-hearted, Rosie hopped closer. "Oh dear, are you all right?" she asked gently. The fox let out a big sigh.
"Oh, I'm so hungry and have nowhere to live. My skulk was mean to me, so I left home. Now, I have no home, no food, and no friends. I wander through these woods alone, hoping someone will be kind to me."
Rosie felt sorry for him. "I'm Rosie. Please come with me," she said. "I live in a warm, cozy burrow. You won't have to be hungry or lonely ever again." The fox's eyes sparkled for a moment, but he quickly looked down, trying to appear shy.
"I'm Felix the fox. You're very kind, Rosie,"
he said, as he followed her to her burrow. Rosie gave Felix food, a warm place to sleep, and treated him like family. She even introduced him to the other forest animals: the squirrels, the birds, the deer, and the hedgehogs. Everyone was a little cautious of Felix, knowing foxes could be tricky. But because Rosie trusted him, they gave him a chance. Days passed, and Felix acted grateful. He spoke kindly to Rosie, helped around the burrow, and soon, Rosie started trusting him completely. But deep inside, Felix was cunning. He watched how the animals respected Rosie, how they followed her advice, and how they all loved her. He wanted that power. One day, Felix said,
"Rosie, you are too soft. The other animals do not respect you enough. Let me help you lead them.
Thinking Felix had good intentions, Rosie agreed. But soon, Felix began taking over. He bossed the animals around.
Gather more food for the winter. Do it faster.
He snapped at the squirrels.
Keep your chirping quiet.
He growled at the birds. The forest animals became miserable. The once happy clearing, where everyone helped each other, out of love, now felt like a place of fear. One day, Felix was fast asleep, while some ducklings played outside.
Go away, and never come back.
He yelled, chasing them off.
You're too loud, and won't let me rest. No children should come near my burrow ever again.
Rosie tried to talk to Felix. You are being too harsh, she said. Felix smirked.
I am only doing what is best,
he replied.
Maybe you should rest and let me handle things.
Slowly, Rosie lost control of her own burrow. Felix made himself the leader, taking the best food and the coziest spot. Many animals left the clearing, unable to bear his cruelty. Soon, Rosie was treated like a servant in her own home. She was forced to do all the work, while Felix enjoyed the luxuries. The animals who had left gathered in a nearby meadow, whispering to each other.
Rosie was the kindest of us all,
said Benny the squirrel.
and look what has happened to her.
We should have never trusted Felix,
Chirped a little bird.
We have to do something.
Growled Oliver, the badger.
Yes, and we need to do it now.
Agreed Cactus, the hedgehog. Yes, quacked Daisy the duck. That night, the animals came up with a plan. With strong hearts and brave spirits, they went back to Rose's burrow. Felix, now fat and lazy from bossing everyone around, didn't even notice them coming.
Felix,
Growled Oliver, the badger.
your time here is up. You've been using Rosie's kindness and causing trouble in our home.
We are not your servants, and this is not your burrow.
Shouted Cactus, the hedgehog. Felix growled at them, calling them silly for bothering him. But the animals stood together, their faces full of anger. Felix saw they were all united, and he knew he was in trouble.
I was only trying to help.
He whined, pretending to be innocent. But the animals had had enough. Together, they chased Felix through the woods, across the river, and far, far away, so he could never trick anyone again. Rosie, now free, looked at her friends with tears in her eyes. I was too kind and too trusting, she said. But I have learnt my lesson. Kindness must be balanced with wisdom. The animals cheered. With Felix gone, peace returned to the forest. The birds sang again. The ducklings and squirrels played. And Rosie once again became the heart of the woodland, kind, but now wise as well. Moral: be kind, but always be wise.
Of the whispering woods, where the tall trees danced and the rivers sang, lived a kind-hearted rabbit, so gentle and sweet, she'd help anyone with a leap. Oh, Rosie the rabbit, so kind and sweet, in the woods they all love you. With a smile so wide and a heart so kind, a friend like you is hard to find. One sunny day in the forest deep,